Hey, welcome to Just City Building with the old boar. So I got an error of a mod, the Hook UI mod, that's necessary for you to run the other mods. And this is what I get when I start City Skylines 2 with mods. And so what do? Let's see. What do we do with City Skylines 2? You know, there's a lot of people out there who are really complaining about it. I don't think that I remember, because I played City Skylines 1 when it first came out. And I don't remember that it was the best game, and it didn't have any mods or any assets, or there was nothing on the Steam Workshop for it. Or very, very little. So it must be a patch to the game that they just haven't caught up with on the workshop. So let's quit and start City Skylines normally. It's probably going to run with the traffic being really slow. And I've been thinking about how I can play the game. You know, I came to a point in my City Skylines 1 play where I had to make efficient cities in order to be able to see. We're going to try this one. This one had the mods going. I had to make smaller cities so that I could play the game, because it just couldn't handle big populations. And I wanted cool things like trains and Railway 2 assets and mods. And I just trimmed everything down to where I could play the game. And I think, you know, maybe this is the way this game needs to play. Seeing on that police car there, but it is really slow. The traffic is really slow again. The Sims are slow. You know, and I really was enjoying this city here. I'd like to be able to continue to play it. Maybe in a few days they'll come out with the upgrade to that mod. You know, here's my loop around the city with these interchanges. We took the loop out here to get to the industry area. This is where we started our city. This is the starting square. And, you know, we've done quite a bit. And we put all of our districts, we gave all of our districts certain services so that those vehicles didn't have to get out on traffic. This district here does not have coverage. Game well. Seeing the traffic move. The game. Yeah, I love City Skylines 2. really enjoying it. And it's a big game. Should we expect them to have everything running? The way things go these days, this game is so complex, you really need a large user base with different computer configurations in order to be able to optimize and fix the game. You need that data from the user base in order to be able to make the game run correctly. There was just no way they could launch this game. You know, a lot of people are complaining. Even some of the top creators for City Skylines. And some of them are even backing out, and I'm just not going to do it. You know, I'm not a top creator. You know, I have very few subscribers on my channel, but nevertheless, this needs garbage. Check out garbage. It's the garbage. It's just going to take a while for them to get serviced. It's going to take a while for a truck to get to them, especially at this pace. But you know, the simulation seems to be running. Still a problem. So I'm just going to continue playing. Why not? And one of the things I really wanted to do is we should look at our crime problem to see if it's actually a problem. It's very little. It's this same area here that doesn't have a police station assigned to it. So we're just going to assign this one to this district, which is Crescent Junction. He's assigned to Crescent Junction here. Disappear. So yeah, we have plus 3 million, 3.9 million in the monthly budget. We're making money. Our population isn't increasing right now because I haven't put any more people. But I want to make this highway elevated over the entire area. It's elevated up to this point. And then these are real points of traffic. Actually, these are just getting off of the highway like they should. So Somebody suggested I put a roundabout here. That would look like. See if that works. These red lights that are here. So, yeah. Traffic back to life. Just gonna elevate it and take off these highway ramps right up to the roads. Let's go ahead and try it on this one. It's a pretty big project. Yes. 6-lane. 6-lane road. See. It's just the way that cities do this. This is not a very big city. It looks way bigger than it really is. You'd have this many skyscrapers in a city of 100,000. I don't know of any. I grew up in a city of about 100,000 when I was a kid, so come on. This back here. straight. Do one, see how it works out first. Get the tools. Actually going to get the mods, move it, etc. And I'm not for sure how we want to do this light here. It's going to take about another month before we actually see how it gets its traffic flow going. We've got some people getting on. I'm sure these trucks really should be coming through here, this oil truck. So my plan is to start a new city. I think basically what I wanted to accomplish in this series was to see how high of a population I could get to and see if I could actually manage the city under the new simulation, which I think I've done. And I wanted to build a city with a loop to keep the traffic down, because that is pretty vital for cities. And with the new transferring service vehicles within their own districts, I wanted to do that. And I wanted to see what the assets looked like and, kind of get an idea of how to play the game, how the traffic works, etc. Yeah, see, we would elevate this all the way through here. And these might be more efficient than what I'm doing here. I just wanted to see what the simple situation was. And I think I'm going to take the advice of the guy on the comment who made a comment to me. And I might even just make this a roundabout so that there's no light here. I don't know what they call it, but this is an intersection that's actually used. So yeah, I guess I should start a new city because I really want to see the traffic come through, move correctly. The mods aren't working. I spent quite a few hours looking for an answer to that traffic situation. And so maybe this is just the end of the series of my slow City Skylines 2 gameplay. I'm happy. And I'm going to continue to play City Skylines 1. I actually bought a video card for this series. And what I didn't really realize was that I was going to be able to play really highly detailed maps for City Skylines 1, and I'm loving that. My opinion doesn't really matter much, but this is a new city simulation with new technology, and the assets are so much more realistic than the first game's vanilla assets. And there's so much more functionality. I don't think we could have asked for more. And the performance issues, now here's another thing. I don't think this game is meant to be played on older generation CPUs with older generation graphics cards. And they did that for a reason. They're giving us more detail. I mean, each individual house has its own different style. This is the same house as this house, has a different walkway, has a solar panel. It might have actually been leveled up a little bit high. This is the same level. And the fencing, the assets that are included in the houses, all of this kind of thing, where the residents are going. You can't run this game on a slower computer. I even waited, I think 3, maybe 4 months after the game had come out because I needed to get a new graphics card. I knew I was going to need one for this game. And I think I'm playing the game on a fairly decent system. I'm getting 22 FPS, but there's obviously something wrong with the simulation on the traffic speed and the pedestrian speed. If you looked at my playlists on my channel, you'll see that I have a lot of series that are very creative ways of trying to figure out how to get the game to run with good performance and still be able to play it, because I just love the game so much. And so that's what I'm going to do here. So my next series for City Skylines 2 is going to be about playing the game, trying to save on resources and keep the game running. Now, the only problem that I am foreseeing that might happen is, how are you going to be able to continue to move towards these other milestones? Now, this is another very interesting thing, that these milestones do not depend on population limit. So that'll be another goal of my next series. How do you get to a megalopolis with, let's just say, a 30,000 population city? Let's go ahead and be conservative. Can you put in a harbor? We have a harbor. We have a cruise line harbor. We have an airport. Over here, there's the airport. And a lot of other special things that we have put into this. And we have lots and lots of service buildings servicing a districts of about 5,000 each. If you looked at these districts here, this is 3,600 residents with all of its own services. This is 5,800 with all of its own services. This is 5,100 with all of its own services, etc. And so let's just go for probably a little bit more detailed map. I wanted to start on a simple map to begin with. And see what we can do with a 30,000 population. See if we can actually get up to a megalopolis so that we get to use all the fancy stuff. And we may do small interconnected cities. That's always what I thought City Skylines 2 is going to be about. Even in the logo, it has 4 pieces, 4 arrows turning into each other. And I always thought that meant you were supposed to interconnect cities. And there is that functionality built into the game. So this was fun. I love it. I love City Skylines. I'm not going to complain. I don't really have the computer that can run this level of a population with this many assets and functions correctly. My computer just won't do it. So another one of my goals is going to be able to being able to upgrade my motherboard, CPU, probably even the graphics card. I probably even skimped, and I didn't spend enough on the graphics card. I think I spent $350 or $400 on the graphics card. It's a 3060 NVIDIA 3060. I have an i9 CPU, 64 gig RAM. Might have 128. I'm gonna have to look. So, thanks for watching the old boar play City Skylines 2. Stay tuned for my new series, which will be trying to build a city that can run on a medium-sized computer and get out to Megalopolis. That'll be my next goal. Take care now.